Good morning, good afternoon, for wherever you are in the world. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the first Afrobubble Town Hall event in 2022. Thank you guys for joining us. If you are new here, if you don't know me, you probably know me in Discord as Johanny, but my name is James. I am the director. I oversee a lot of the video content for Afrobubble for its communications and marketing part. So I'm happy to host this event for you guys. So as we go and dive into to Roadmap 3.0 and sort of the things that we are going to be discussing today. So if you guys are here and you guys are in chat, you got questions about the roadmap, you got questions about things that are coming from Afrobubble, make sure to leave those in chat. So because we're going to have a lot to discuss today, and I am very excited. I also have Venn and Jim. They're watching as well. After we cover everything that we are discussing here on the roadmap, we are going to go into a Q&A session where we will answer you guys' questions. So definitely stay tuned. But let's not waste any more time. Let's dive right into where we're going. And again, if you're in chat, let us know you're in chat. If you can hear me, just want to make sure that we also hear this audio sounds good. Make sure to hear us as well. So definitely check it out. So let us begin as we just go in and dive into this roadmap. So before we go into that, I think there needs to be some clarities on what are the goal of Afrobubble. And the goal of Afrobubble is to ensure the inclusiveness and participation of Afro-inspired artists and creators in the NFT space through media, content, stories with the NFT technology platforms to enable access to more communities. Case in point is we are looking at the grand opportunity that blockchain technology, specifically NFTs, have offered to the world in a ways of providing new ways of financial opportunities to those who did not have necessarily that access before. And we want to take that to the continent of Africa. We want to take it to as many creators and many people that can who are gifted in creating art, whether it's music, whether if it's video, whether if it's photography. If you are a creator and you're in a creative space, we want to help you explore this new technology and this new frontier that we are exploring here. And we tend to do this by to seek to bring together key actors, players, such as blockchain technology providers, product owners, marketing and communication companies, investors, and research developed institutions towards a common goal of blockchain adoptions for the benefit of public services, organizations, and citizens across the continent of Africa. So, as we mentioned, this is a brand new space, and we see an opportunity, and we want to take this open to everybody. So definitely can't wait to check this out. So what is next on the list? But before that, we also need to talk about the values of Afrobubble, because I think one of the things that some people that have new to Afrobubble that are just hearing about Afrobubble for the first time, they're wondering, what is Afrobubble about? That's one of the things, but we also have some core values with Afrobubble. And that is, some of the core values is innovative mindset ideas, the value of creation, customer centricity, Afro-inspired experiences, and partnership and collaboration. We also have some key principles, which is transparency, respect for the community, innovation, and inclusion. So anything that we do here at Afrobubble, these are the things that we always go in the mindset. This is any decision we make. We're making it to make sure that we are definitely respecting the community. We're definitely bringing you guys involved in things that we're looking at. And also, this is a community, as I mentioned before, you know, it's a cohesiveness unit. We want to hear ideas. We want you to be involved in the development of this project as well. But also, we're going to be we'll be open in any decisions and any paths we go for. We try to be as transparent as possible in this constantly changing environment and ecosystem. So before we can, that's not right. So before we can go about the roadmap 3.0, we got to look at where we have been. And, you know, it's only been a couple months, but we've actually done quite a bit. We've done quite a bit going into 2022. So from last year, we had our pre-mint sale that went off. We got hit. A lot of people got engaged. And then November, we got a lot of activities going on. We had our first African art contest where we selected 5 winners. 3 people that came into the 3rd place round, 1 person that came in the 2nd place, and 1 person who won the 1st place rounds. Congratulations to all you guys who won the Afrobubble contest, because this was a very competitive. There was so much art that came through that we absolutely love and enjoy. We had over 90 entries into the Afro art contest. So this is the things that we look forward to in the Afrobubble space, which is the ability to get people who you may not have known up to the front stage so they can show their creative work. And then we had our public mint. We got our public mint in November as well, and then we launched on Magic Eden. And then in December, we ended off the year with some networking events that we had in Lagos. So a lot of things happened, but this is only the beginning, and we are going to see much, much more. So let's dive into what we have for Roadmap 3.0. And I need to remind you guys, this is only right now Q1, for the most part Q1. So we still got a lot more to go with of what's in store in terms of what's coming for 2022. But let's first start. So let's go through again. If you didn't see the roadmap, we're going to be releasing a comic series that is going to be coming it's a multi-year comic project that we're working on. And we're also releasing the cover of the 1st issue. And then after that, we have our Afrobubble Launchpad. And then we will be releasing the 3D Bubs. We'll be launching our Afrobubble Store. For those of you who have been Guardian holders, we're now going to be listing the Guardian Bubs on Magic Eden. And then we're going to be going into the Afrobubble Marketplace. And then we got an event happening later in Q2 in Lagos. So just early on, we got a lot happening right now. But let's dive into the one that is coming up currently, and that is the comic cover. So what is the comic cover? This will be the first minted Afro comic cover by the Afrobubble Cinematic Universe on Solana's blockchain, and will serve as a memorabilia and benefit the Genesis collectors with royalties. The comic series is about 90 episodes long, more than 90 episodes, which will release on the story of the Afrobubble, which will include the 9 clans and the Machinda. So definitely really big lore, really cool things that, you know, I'm personally excited for it, because lore is the thing for me. If anything that I get involved with, if I find the lore interesting and find the lore fascinating, I stick right to it. Hopefully this is something that I think a lot of people are going to be excited for. I know I've talked to a few of you guys who are like really excited to see the comic and see the comic issues. So where can you get this comic series? So the comic series will be released exclusively to Bub holders 2 days before sharing it with the general audience. The comic series will serve as entertainment value to the Afrobubble community and the greater general public, where characters and lovers within the series can serve as drops similar to the Marvel Universe and will be accessible to Bub holders. For those that own the comic cover, which will only be 150, owners of the cover will get 50% of the total comic cover's sales. So half of the revenue will go directly to owners of the cover. And then how will royalties will be distributed? The first edition, for the first edition, this will be a manual system where the holders' wallets are identified, and every month royalty benefits are shared to the Genesis owner. So, basically what's going to happen is, for those of you who are lucky enough to get one of the 150 covers of the first edition comic, you will get royalties sent to your wallet that you hold the cover in for once a month for every time one of these goes and gets sold. So definitely a nice little beneficial to those who own the Bub. So for other things that what are the requirements to get this cover? You will need one Bub from each of the 9 clans. So it's not just 9. It's not just 9 Bubs in total. It's you got to have 9 Bubs and at least 9 Bubs, and every one of those 9 Bubs has to be from a different clan. So you got to get one from Kovu, from Ningala. You need to get one from Ninjozi, Vinshu, Omega, Washasha, Ogarata, and I'm missing somebody. Mingset, and who's the last one I'm missing? Avanda. Yes, Avanda. So you got to get one from all 9, and you must hold 1 Guardian Bub. So these are the requirements, and this will be a first come, first serve basis. So that is the comic book. So let's talk about the Afrobubble Launchpad. Now, what is the Afrobubble Launchpad? And that is the Launchpad is to help give upcoming Afro artists on the Solana blockchain a platform to leverage on when launching their collection. This will also ensure seamless onboarding of African and Afrocentric creators and artists on the Solana blockchain. So, if you're a creator, how does this benefit you? Well, as an African creator, Afrobubble will support and guide you through the launch of your project. We will ensure that all processes and systems are put in place for your NFT drop, and we'll also provide you advisory support to your team in areas of community engagement, marketing, and communications, amongst others. Now, what if you're a Bub holder? What is the benefit of you being a Bub holder with this with the Launchpad? So as a Bub holder, you, depending on the tier you have, you will have exclusive access to airdrops from artists, which will be onboarded via the Afrobubble Launchpad. So for those of you that are, for Bub holders out there, when an artist comes in, whether it's an actual art form creator, or maybe it's a musician, or maybe somebody that does some writing, whoever, when they release their NFTs and they launch it on there, you can get access to exclusive discounts, and you will get access to potentially airdrops that will be coming from that artist as well, that you can then distribute for yourself to secondary markets. So really, really cool things happening there. Let's go. Let's see here. So when will the Launchpad be accessible? It will be coming in February 2022, and Launchpad will be accessible via afrobubble.io. So that is the next. Now, let's get to something that I know many people have been on Discord. If you've been in the Discord, you probably have either asked this or you've seen this. when is the 3D Bubs coming? When are the 3D Bubs coming? When are the 3D Bubs coming? We've been very quiet about the 3D Bubs. Well, now today we're going to give you some light. As you can see, this is sort of this is a draft of one of our 3D Bubs. In this case, if you don't recognize, this is the Njozi leader, Sasha. And it looks dope. This looks dope. So let's talk about the 3D Bubs. The 3D Bubs will serve as avatars for the Bubs within the metaverse with additional benefits as space evolves. From cool gears to outfits and many more, but just like in chess where the rook is 5 pawns, your 3D avatars will represent equality to your Bubs. So, first of all, we gotta say, look at the design. I'll cut back. Like, the designs is awesome. The design is awesome. I also want to make this point. Metaverse. So the point of the 3D Bubs is we want to make this your avatar when you start entering metaverse projects. So metaverse projects such as Wilder World, which is also based on Unreal, which we are sort of developing our 3D Bubs based on. Something like Wilder World, Blocktopia, and some other metaverse projects that are out there right now. You will be able to use these Bubs as your avatar to walk around in these metaverse spaces. That is the goal right now that we have. But keep in mind, the metaverse is still in like very early conception stages. So the Bubs this particular Bub will evolve as the metaverse evolves. And one of the things I will say, both me and the dev team, we're going to constantly explore various options of how we can give opportunities to your Bubs. And also, we also welcome anybody who brings up opportunities that can be shared with 3D Bubs. So if you see something that could be of interest, definitely reach out to the dev team, and we can definitely explore that options. So I'm going to move myself over. So to qualify for one of these 3 Bubs, what has to happen? So if you were one of the people who minted prior to the price change of the public sale, it's back when it was 0.8, I was like 0.856, 0.846, somewhere around there of souls. If you minted around there, you get a 3D Bub. If you minted after the price change, so what if you minted in the pre-sale? What if you minted the pre-sale or you minted during the public sale? If you minted during that time, you will get a 3D Bub. If you mint after that, you will need 5 in order to get a 3D Bub. You will need to mint 5 of the Bubs post price change. And also, let me remind you, I need to point this out. These 3D Bubs are tied to the Genesis Bubs that were minted. So if you sell one of your Bubs, basically the 3D Bub is going to that other wallet. So make sure to keep a hold of those if possible. But that is the qualifications, and this will be coming out. This will be coming out in Q1. Now, let's talk about the Afrobubble Store. This is the next thing on the list that we're going to be coming out. What is the Afrobubble Store? Well, the store will showcase and sell some Afrobubble merchandises. So things like t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, tote bags, laptop skins, socks, all these little cool things that we're going to be on the marketplace. We're going to be selling these merchandises to help support the Afrobubble project. If you are a Bub holder, you can receive anywhere between 20 to 50% discounts on the selected items. Now, at this point in time, there is no royalties with this store. However, this could change in the future. This is not set in stone. But I just want to set expectations. As of right now, there's no royalties for this. However, this could potentially change depending on interest within this piece. One thing I will say is Guardians, and we'll get to this a little bit more on the Guardians. If you own a Guardian, you will be priority for this store. So if you are a Guardian owner, big opportunity there. Let's go to the next slide. All right. All right. We got Guardians. Let's talk about the Guardians. Guardians, I know everybody's asking, when can we list the Guardians? When can we list the Guardians? Well, the Guardians will now be able to be listed in later half of Q1. So let's go dive in and talk a little bit more, because I think the thing we need because the reason we've held off for so long on Guardians is we want to make sure that the role has been set, and we want to make sure that the value, because Guardians they're very unique situation because they don't have rarities attached to them. There's no design that gives them any rarities to it. So these things are going to be tied more to the economy of Afrobubble as we will dive back into this. So what the role of the Guardian Bubs in the Afrobubble ecosystems is to be the watchers of the trade and economy, which enable Bubs to gain and unlock special access to drops, discounts, and the Afrobubble ecosystems. So, and they give you priority over the drops and access code. So essentially what this means is that if you are a Guardian owner, you are essentially whitelisted for any special discounts, any special airdrops that from artists that we be collaborating with. These are your basically access points to get those perks. So that's the role that's set in stone right now. But the Guardians are also very involved and will continue to involve as well. So basically, these take top priorities in terms of any sort of special perks that you may get in the space. So if you have a Guardian, these are going to be hold high values, and you will finally be able to list them on Magic Eden in February 2022. So definitely excited about that. You can also trade and sell your Bubs within the Discord as well in the meantime, if you're looking to sort of see about getting it prior to the release on the secondary market. So that is with the Guardians. Let's move over to the marketplace. Oops, skipping that. All right. What is the purpose of the Afrobubble Marketplace? This one, I'm really excited. This is the thing that, to me, this is what Afrobubble is about, is creating a platform that we as creatives and we as people who want to really take advantage of this new ecosystem, this NFT space. This is where it's all very leading up to, and this is this marketplace. The purpose of the Afrobubble Marketplace is to curate the work of African and Afrocentric artists and creators. By doing this, we give artists and creators the right visibility for the sale of their NFTs. And our plan for the marketplace is to build an ecosystem that allows for third-party integration, thus creating sustainability value over time. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably looking at this right now and going, okay, this is really, really cool, and I'm all for you. But how are you going to build a marketplace that's going to compete with the likes of FTX and Magic Eden and other marketplaces that have very higher visibilities on the Solana blockchain? So for those that have that questions, our focus is very niche, and we will curate towards Afro-inspired projects. We don't, intend to compete, but rather create our own market share for the segment audience. So our goal is to give that platform and to basically put Afrocentric artists and people that are looking for Afrocentric artists, we are to make Afrobubble the go-to spot for that. So we're not going to be looking towards we're not looking towards like going to just take on this very large, wide scale marketplace like Magic Eden or FTX. It's more so to do with making sure that people that are part of the Afrocentric, the African diaspora, get a voice that is supported by Afro-inspired artists and Afro-inspired creators. So it's a community. It's one of the communities that shows that we can support one another. And that is the benefit of that. If you are a Bub holder, Bub holders will get discounts on purchases made on the marketplace in the medium to long term. And only Bub holders will have access to exclusive services products offered in the marketplace. And this will be launching in April 2022. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is the events in Lagos. So basically, there's gonna be one coming in April. Which allows members within the community to engage and network with NFT makers in the African world. Um, as of right now, obviously, with things going on, we're obviously, with pandemics and lockdowns, we are definitely looking at ways that we can get more people to sort of participate in this event, even though what if it's trying to do it virtually? We're looking at other options to see that we can get the most people involved and the most people engaged in participating in networking events like this, because we want as much people to take advantage. However, if you somehow make your way over to Lagos, if you are a bub holder and you somehow make your way over to Lagos, we can offer discounts as high as 30% on your accommodations and other activities when visiting Lagos. And this is the gist of the roadmap. So as you can see, we have a lot going on, very much going on. And that's just what we have in the roadmap. There's a lot of community things that we still have coming on too. Clan tournaments, if you were part of the clan tournament, that was one of the best things. I enjoyed it so much. Not just, my clan won, but the clan was very, very engaging. It was good to just get involved and get in for unique, different opportunities. If you are part of Njosi clan, make some noise in the chat. If you are part of the Avanda clan, make some noise in the chat. If you're part of Omega, Washasha, or Ogaraka, and of course, Vinshu, make some noise. Represent your clan in the chat. Clan tournaments are coming back. I'm super excited. I know me and my fellow team members of Vinshu, we are ready and willing to defend our title. And we're ready for the challenge ahead. So that's one of the things that coming up. It's coming in Q1 as well. So I'm looking for that as well. And I know you probably guys are getting a little bit tired of me. So I am going to now get ready to take this over. I'm going to cut to this real quick. I'm going to get ready to take this and get ready to send this over to Venn, who is, of course, clan chief. I'm going to get ready to allow him to come up and speak and bring him up forward to answer any QAs as we begin our Q&A. So, Venn, I want you to take it away, man. How's it going? You're live, Venn.
Ah, they can't hear me, man.
Venn, sorry, I just realized
You know what?
you were muted. Sorry. So, but you're back on. You're
Let me
live
see.
now.
Let me see.
You're
One
muted.
second.
You're unmuted.
Apparently, people can't hear me. Ah. Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right. So, a couple of things, right? A couple of things that I'm excited about personally. First of all, the comic is coming out. Like, people need to understand that, being a geek, man, this is like a dream come true. Being able to create like a cinematic universe and experience that is also African related, right? and stories that people can really just participate in. And from the onset, right, one thing we thought about within the collection and to give it value long term, especially not thinking about now, just thinking about long term growth to understand what it is this cinematic universe, where and I'm bullish about world building. I've always been, because I realized, like, with brands like Harry Potter, One Piece, Lord of the Rings, right, over time, like, they become really eternal within our minds, like we know them till today. So, and it's the same approach we want to take with Afrobubble. It's the same approach, right? Really create amazing stories that people would love to listen to, love to watch, love to, and become really invested in. And maybe talk about spoilers, people, right? Because if you can do that, right, you give these characters and these caricatures, these NFTs that you own in your wallet, a whole lot of value long term. And and so for that, right, we're starting off with the comic, and the comic series is it's been exciting. We've been working really hard with Joshua and Deji, to really just get the drawings and the story really going good. And we're almost ready, right? But what we want to do first, right, is to sort of immortalize the first comic cover, and thankfully we can do it now, right? The other day I saw a Spider-Man, a first edition Spider-Man comic. It sold for about $3 million, and I look back, right, is that we can have this level of things within the African space, within the Afro-inspired space, and looking long term, they could become really, really valuable in different halls or different museums, right, or even decentralized spaces. So we wanted to sort of do this with the comic cover, really just have people really get involved in this. And we also decided, right, for the people who own the nine bulbs, the nine clans, and also have a guardian, to also have a split royalties with them. So because it's sort of like our appreciation towards the community, about people who are well invested, people who have been with us for a very long time, and people who are committed to the journey that is Afrobubble, right? And so with that, right, regardless of what SEC, or we want really the community to really partake in this. And so it's a limited edition of 150. To own one, you would have to have all nine clans and a guardian. So you can trade guardians with other Bubs in the Discord, right? And in February it'll be out there, right? So, but those are some of the things we're really excited about within the context of the roadmap. Also, we started doing a whole lot of partnerships, because we realized entertainers within the space, especially Afrobeats, Afrobeats, it's really big now globally. So a whole lot of Afrobeat artists have reached out to us, and we'll be working with a couple of them. Some of them are looking to release also their NFT. So it's more or less like the Afrobubble Launchpad has already started, right? And how do we prioritize Bob holders within these opportunities, or to even join these communities? And so that's something we're also really working on. We want to really merge Afrobeats and Afrobubble together. No pun intended, but like really get those two brands together, which will sort of give the Bobs a global audience, reach out to more people within the space, and get more liquidity into really our ecosystem. We understand a couple of things, right? And in the space, right, it moves really fast, and we have taken a really more patient approach, and we understand that can be sort of daunting, right? That can be like, oh, what's happening? But here's what we learned recently: Crypto Skulls, which was a project that launched almost the same time with Crypto Punks, and they hadn't even minted out, not to compare, right? But right now, there's a huge really intake into crypto scores, and it has really gone off the moon. So we're bullish about being here for a very long time. The, oh yeah, so initially the price of the Bubs was 0.845 Solana, and prior to the current price now, which is 0.28. So we had realized that it was a huge barrier to entry for a whole lot of people, especially people in Africans within Africa, right? And was a really high price with the price of Solana. So we had to so the people who got in at that early price will be getting a 3D Bob. just because of their belief into the ecosystem early enough, and just being early, right? And so that was the decision making within the community as well. So these were some of the conversations we had earlier on with the community. Also, I would like to use this opportunity to demystify the Discord. Sometimes I know, like, when new people come into the Discord, it seems really challenging. It seems like what is happening here is almost like it's so we're really, really cultic in a sense because we have our terminologies, we have our law. But just to really break it down, right? A couple of things you can do in the Discord. There's the Afro Bubble Clan tournament. So you join a clan, Vincio, and their participations and things that really go about the space, right? So, and it's how it's designed, right? Within the 9 clans, after each tournament, a particular clan wins, whether it's a Solana prize, or an NFT within their wallet, which will serve as their treasury. So within that treasury, with time, they can decide what they want to do with that. Whether it's have an event within a certain location, give it out for charity, things like that. So clans really just participate against each other within 3 processes. It's usually like a situation-based process. The next is a scenario whereby each clan has to really write a story on how to overcome that, and the last is also a scenario-based process within the Afrobubble ecosystem. So the clan tournaments will be coming back. It'll be coming hopefully sooner than expected, right? So because it's really exciting. And Vinci won the last one. We'll also be detailing all the events and what happened through the process and shared on our YouTube. So feel free to subscribe, join the YouTube, and just be a part of it and like and share. And yeah, the other things, right, are things that are more real life experiences. So like this we think of as a brand, right? We always think about it as a brand, and to create brand sustainability within even the ecosystem, right? How you can even just when a token finally comes, which has always been our roadmap, it serves as a value add and an exchange within this ecosystem. And so certain things are like selling real value, selling other values and other things like merchandises, really high street fashion, globally, and really just getting more people involved in the culture. A couple of merchandises has gone out to people who were the diamond, who have the diamond role in the Discord. So if you really work hard and Bob coins, you get the diamond role, gold role, platinum role. Certain things will be sent out to you. The diamond will get like the best things. Then the other roles get other things. It could be cup with your Bob on it and things like that, right? So they just really participate within the Discord. And yeah, several things we'll be talking about apart from town halls, right? One thing we want to do is really just have conversations with one another, whether it's um word sorry audio conversations, right? It could be like rant with the Bubs today, so you just really get people come in and really just talk. Let's to get more people, bring more friendships within the community, and that was what we're trying to do, right? So two other major things, right, that are also on the Discord. One being the 3D Bubs. So the 3D Bubs, right? It's like creating a new product. And when you're creating a new product and launching a new product, you want people to really see the value. So we're going to be dropping a couple of marketing content bit by bit about the 3D Bubs. Every details, things people would love, right? And how they will sort of maneuver through the space. And yeah, like the clan chiefs will have all their weapons, will be shared with, and just exciting times for that, right? And also like getting bob holders their avatars within the metaverse. So if you watch Ready Player One, and the Oasis, that's my future of what I think and believe the metaverse will be. And there'll be a whole lot of bragging rights towards what you own, how you look, and just how cool you look, right? And what kind of ammunition or like weapons or things and gadgets you have. So this is our first foray into the metaverse. This is us preparing for the future, right? Which is always important. And we look forward to really making this really explosive. We want to really be explosive with the 3D Bobs marketing, and that gradual, make it top notch, right? That's what we're bullish about. And the last thing, right? So this has been the goal even prior before even the collection, right? Building a marketplace. Over time, it hasn't been the easiest route. It hasn't been as clear cut. In fact, we're also looking to hire a blockchain developer who's familiar with Rust, because we also need an in-house developer because of long-term growth, right? That will work side by side with Toy, the Mech Bob. So why we're bullish about this, right, is because we want to be able to create and tell African stories with NFTs, whether it's photography, arts, and a whole lot more, right? So we initially we wanted to like push this product really fast, but we realized that we really needed to listen to the space and think about the things that are actually the problem, especially for Afro creators and African creators. Like, how do we sort of bring liquidity into the space? How do we get more people interested within African NFTs? And so for us, right, we're taking our time to build a very good product. And we're looking at the first week of March, of April, to have really like it better for people to really test out and see how it's going. And the opportunity for the Bubs here, right, is that there will be no listing fees. Like, there'll be, first of all, there's no listing fees. Second of all, there will be no fees. The fees that we'll charge, will be 0% for Bub holders when they are buying certain NFTs from that marketplace. So that's like one of the things that are very important to us. And lastly, right, is lifestyle, man. So we look at the successes. You want to really just model over, global successes, especially within the space. And if you look at the crypto punks, the body we are club, one thing they've done so well is really bring real life engagement towards NFTs. Like, apart from people just communicating virtually, you need to bring them to a space whereby they can have fun and really meet one another, and really just get to a space whereby they're a little bit more relaxed, meet new people, share ideas. And with that, right, and that's why we're having the first Afrobubble event close to Easter, because we want people to really come, have fun, really enjoy that experience that is being a member of the Afrobubble community. And so, yeah, this is a summary of like all the things. And to the best of our ability, we'll always prioritize what is important at each step. Because, like we've always said from the get-go, this is not a sprint; it is a marathon, and we believe like success will come to those who survive more often than not. And we're just trying to build one of like the most best NFT brands out there, and several things we will need, right? We will need the community's help as often as possible. We're always open to ideas, skills, and expertise. Some of the individuals who we're working with right now were people who own Bubs and joined the community. For instance, Johanny James owned, got a Bub, and now he's part of the dev team, right? The same as Joshua, same as Radiant. Like, so we're always open to certain skill sets that you have within the community to join, the Afrobubble, like, dev team. We're always looking to expand with several skill sets, from content management, from content creation, TikTok videos, UI, user experience. So all this, right? We are always open to like really just bringing you in, onboarding you as a dev member, and bring more, so that we can all together bring more value to the community. And yeah, like, I hope I haven't spoken too much, and I hope this has been a wealth of information. But yeah, like, if you have any questions now, I would love to answer them. Also, like, we'll do our best, right? And that's what I've said from the onset. The reason I've been on Docs for a while is because this is what I believe in. This is what I put my heart into, like, build, especially not just myself, but the dev team, Toye, Jam, Fees, like, so we want to create something that's sustainable. We want to create something that matters after time. We want to create something that stands the time of legacy, right? So the covers will be available will, to get it, to have the Genesis comic covers. You will need 9 Bubs from all the 9 clans and a guardian. So, like we said, the guardians are like the gatekeepers of trading, right? So all you need to do is own one. They don't need more than one, but as long as you own one, you sort of get access to everything we are releasing, whether it's this first edition comic cover or the next. So you will need to own 9 Afrobubs of the different clans. Look, you can also look to trade. There are always people within the Discord that are looking to trade with Bubs, right? So you can ask someone, hey, I have a Kovu. I have like 2 Kovus. I need an Josie. Just you can come to like the Bubs trade. If I'm not present, Jem will be present, James will be present, and we'll help you facilitate that trade. Also, I think we'll talk to the guys at Your. Your is also an app that enables peer-to-peer trading without fees. So we'll also share that resource within the Discord as well. So all you need is, and yeah, you get royalties on the comic cover. You get 50% royalties on the comic cover, 50% of the 100% of royalties on the cover. So that's usually like, for you getting the Genesis. So like if you got in there first, like you have all 9 Bobs, you've been added to the whitelist, and we airdrop it to you. You get anytime it's resold, no matter what time, day and year. It's more like royalties to that your wallet that you use to maintain it. So please don't lose that wallet address or your seed phrase. So yeah, if there's any other question, Mumo, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I see you in the TA classes. I see you everywhere, and I really appreciate you for the support, man. Yeah, so it will be available on the secondary market.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. Thank you, Venn, for thank you for that. Thank you for talking, man. I really do appreciate it, and we'll keep an eye out just to see if we got any more we got any more questions coming in through chat. So yeah, if you got questions regarding the roadmap, definitely look at it in the roadmap. One of the things I wanted to just mention, because I know a lot of people, as Venn talked about, we have a very long road mindset. And I want to bring it up because, especially in the current event right now, if you actually look in the ecosystem, one of the main cryptos that are pumping right now is Cardano. And Cardano is right now pumping, but keep in mind, Cardano mainnet has been launched since I think 2019, so about 3 years, and it was only August of last year that they enabled smart contracts. So before August of last year, August 2021, no applications could put anything or any works on Cardano, and Cardano is a top 10 project. Because people believe in the value of what that ecosystem is. It's worth almost $40 billion right now. And that's sort of the mindset that we as a nation, we as a dev team are looking at, is that we're looking at still in the value. So I know some people are bringing up, the mint. You can still mint, as we could mention. We are definitely going to look to the community in the very, very foreseeable future about the next step in terms of what we do with the mint, but as of right now, the mint is still open. But there's a lot of things, and we are looking for a lot of community. Again, if you are somebody that has experience with blockchain technology, someone that has experience with storytelling, if you have any skills, definitely reach out to one of us on the dev team. We have, you can find our Instagram, not our Instagram, I'm sorry, our Twitter names on afrobubble.io. You can see the team there. You can find me, Vin, Jim, the whole team on there. So you can definitely reach out to one of us if you want to see how you can get involved in the project, because it's going to be this community that will help bring this project forward. And in regards to people looking, because sometimes I know we get caught up in looking at floor prices, like, oh my God, the floor prices, oh my God, they're going high. Let me see if I can find something for you guys real quick, because I want to show you guys, because while you may look at the floor price as one thing, Bubs are going crazy. Bubs are going crazy right now. And let's see if I can find it. So yeah, there's some Bubs have been going off. Some Bubs have been sold for 5 souls, but this one in particular, if you actually go through the activities, there was a Bub sold for almost 21 soul. That's all. At the time of that sale, I think it was almost $3,000. So people are seeing the value of Bubs. just make sure, so as you see the value, hold that value and make, because I guarantee you, as we grow, people are going to want to participate. People want to get involved. People in the African diaspora are going to want to get involved. There's been Bubs sold for 5 souls, 7 souls. You can see it. You can see it for yourself. You know, definitely check it out. So let's see if we got. So Christopher, will the cover secondary be available to all? So if you find a cover on the secondary market, you can buy it. It's just that you will not get the royalty perks that come with being the original owner. So you can buy the cover. So if you want to just hold it as a memorabilia, yes. If you find one on the secondary market, you can buy it there. So hopefully that answers your question. And I don't see any questions in Discord, and I don't see any more questions in chat. So I will let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Me and the team are going to let you enjoy the rest of the team. And we want to say thank you guys so much for joining us. And again, you want to get involved, let us know. And I do also, again, for those of you, I do a lot of video productions. As I run the live streams. If you got video content, you want to find a way to bring your video content to Afrobubble space, hit me up. We'll see what we can do to help, because again, this is all about helping one another, and I'm always going to put the forefront. You know, one of our bub holders, Radiant, he's starting his own NFT, and I'm definitely getting behind that and supporting him. He was participating in a contest event, and I was definitely supportive. So I'm here. Venn and the dev team are here for you guys. If you got something coming up, let us know. And once again, thank you guys so much for joining us on this town hall. We really, really do appreciate it. And the Machinda's coming. Let us know. Stand up for your clan. Stand up for the Afrobubble community, because war is coming, and I look forward to see you guys in the future. Take care.